Good evening and a very warm welcome to France 24's Euro 2020 show. It is day 11 of the European Championships. Belgium and the Netherlands have finished top of their groups, joining Italy in winning all three of their matches. Joining me today to analyse exactly what happened is James Messina from our sports desk. Hiya, James.
Hi, Simon.
So, we start with Group B and another victory for Roberto Martinez and Belgium. The Rote Devils beat Finland 2-0 in St. Petersburg. Despite making 8 changes to the team that beat Denmark, the Belgians were comfortable against a resilient Finnish side who were saved multiple times by their superb goalkeeper Lukas Hradecky. An own goal, however, by the keeper and a third strike this tournament for Romelu Lukaku secured the 3 points. James, in the end, an easy run-in for Belgium, who unsurprisingly topped their group.
Yeah, we're not surprised by the results. I think the way of them getting there, though, was a little bit more surprising for them. I think they scared themselves in the last game, of course, before they managed to take control, of course, again in the second half. And today, again, it was a bit of a tough, a bit of a tough start. Obviously, Finland very much on the defensive side, sticking to that 5 at the back there. And as you say, some amazing saves. Unfortunately, that first goal, which was almost comical. Very, very difficult for them to take in. But in the end, Belgium come out on top. Not surprising in that way. But this is really what they wanted to go. They've got some. They fielded obviously again some massive players. De Bruyne obviously back since last time. Witsel, Hazard's all in there. But I think especially when we look at towards the front, Lukaku is just his finishes are clinical. A massive plus for the team. And clearly today he's demonstrated what he's capable of. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they get on in the next rounds, really.
More big tests to come for Belgium. Let's take a look at the final standings in Group B. Belgium, of course, topped the group there comfortably with 3 wins from 3. And as you can see from our graphic, Denmark finish in second place after demolishing Russia 4-1. It is a monumental achievement by the Danes less than 10 days after Christian Eriksen's collapse. The first team in history to qualify for the knockout phase after losing their opening 2 games. James, we can't even begin to praise Denmark's fortitude, their resilience, their bravery to achieve what they have. Yes, other results, of course, went their way, but they pushed Belgium and now they've qualified. It's nothing short of remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, what a result. I mean, they started the night, at the bottom of the group, and now they've climbed it all the way to the second. Absolutely, what a result for them. They obviously, as we talk about the conditions in which they're playing to do with the football, but obviously on the side of that, having to go through what they had to with their first game. I mean, they're glad to know that Eriksen is all right, but that obviously plays on the players. When they're on the pitch, how can you not be thinking about him? How can you not be thinking about what you've had to experience in that first game in your on home turf? It's to see them pull this off tonight. You could see it on their faces. You could see it on the fans. The end of that game, I mean, they were just all smiles. And
the scenes at the end of the match were incredible, weren't they? The emotion that was shown, particularly by Captain Simon Kjær, the fans in Copenhagen was incredible.
The images, when you look at it, I mean, it's just, you could have thought they won the final almost. I mean, they were there staying at the pitch. This was clearly, I mean, from where they were at the start of the night, they just got so far, and it's a huge celebration for them. The fans, I'm sure they'll be out a long time tonight because they weren't expecting this. It was a massive challenge for them to come back from there. And obviously, you can't ignore on the other side, Russia, massive disappointment for them. They were obviously second place before the game started, and it's just been a slippery ride for them tonight. Unable to really come up with anything. That penalty, as we were saying just before the show, could have kind of brought them back into the game, but clearly they weren't able to bring anything afterwards. And Denmark was amazing. Those goals were absolutely fantastic.
Denmark
great
pulling
job.
through really in the moment of need and for their teammate Christian Eriksen, that is for certain. We need to move on, discuss what happened in Group C with the Netherlands, who finished with 3 victories, including a 3-0 win against North Macedonia. Memphis Depay scored his second goal of the tournament against a North Macedonia team that has failed to win a single game or record a single point during the competition. James, Netherlands joined Italy as one of the only teams to have a 100% record in the group stage matches. Does this Dutch side have what it takes to mount a real challenge for the title?
I think they've definitely proven themselves over the last 3 games. Obviously, they had some difficult times. I can think about when they let in those 2 goals with Ukraine, but they've De Boer has come in and obviously shaken things up a bit. There was a lot of talk, a lot of anger as well from fans back home with the formation, sliding away from that 4-3-3 to the 3-5-2 formation. But he's making things work. We've seen, on the pitch, things getting better for them every time. The combination between the players, just everything seems to be going well. They've had, in a way, a decent group for them, an okay round to the round of 16. Hence why they managed to book that place pretty early on. But I think there's a very, very strong side there, and they're going to be tested obviously next, but they've made pretty much almost as a perfect start as Italy, obviously, who have yet to let in a single goal so far.
Well, there is part of that partnership, also the Wijnaldum Memphis Depay connection that seems to be working perfectly. Let's hear from the Dutch captain talk about his teammate.
I think Memphis is doing well. Sometimes things have not worked out in his previous matches. But this is Memphis and the player he is. He takes a lot of risks. And there are a lot of risks in the way that he plays. But that is the reason why he is such a good player. So, as a team, we have to support him so that he can become even better. It is where his strength lies, his creativity. And he tries to take advantage of this in the best possible way. Sometimes things go wrong, but many times they work out well.
Do the Dutch have a star player, Memphis Depay?
Well, the coach wanted more from him. I think he's seen more from him definitely tonight. That creativity between Wijnaldum and Depay. 2 players that know each other very well from their times at PSV, also in the team, of course. Things are going very well forward for them, and this progression is coming in. I think that he's got something really to work on. It'll be good to see.
Well, let's move on to the other game in that group, which saw Ukraine take on Austria in a winner-take-all encounter. It is Austria who prevail 1-0, meaning they finish second behind the Netherlands and secure their ticket for the knockout phase. Foda Franco's team finished the group stage with 2 wins, 3 points above Ukraine, who with 3 pins are still not fully knocked out, but their destiny no longer in their hands. Austria through, James, but they will have to take on Italy. Do they have what it takes?
That's going to be really, really tough for them. It's tough for them. They put on a great, definitely the better side tonight. But this next round is going to be very tough. Anyone who's going to come up against the Italians, especially Italy with the form that they're in today, building themselves and clearly becoming, more than one of the favourites in this tournament. It's a rough ride for them, but we hope them all the best. It's the first time that they've got so far. Great for them,
A great test to come against Italy. Well, just before we leave you, let's take a look at Tuesday's programme. Crunch time in Group D, which is still very open. Group leaders Czech Republic take on England at Wembley. Both teams are on 4 points and the winner will finish first. Scotland play Croatia. Both teams have 1 point and can still qualify if they win. So we do expect a very attacking performance with plenty of goals at Hampden Park. And of course, France 24 and the Euro 2020 show will be there to bring you all the pre-match analysis and all the results afterwards. James Fassina, thank you very much for being with me this evening. Have a great time. Enjoy the programme. Stay tuned to France 24. Bye-bye.